here we've got this incredible story of expansion and embracing technology. And I want to go back to something I think people need to learn from this. You mentioned that Granddad, I think it was always talking about, you know, traveling and seeing what else is out there. How has that kind of informed and continues to inform your posture with international expansion?
Well, it's ingrained in our DNA, and we grew up with that philosophy. And part of the reason we were successful in drill bits is because we adopted a new technology in producing drill bits from our domestic competitor who was here at that time.
Right.
They used to roll forge the drills, and we adopted a grinding process that was more accurate and became the dominant technology in drill production. You know, the best example domestically was we grew through adopting that technology, and we've just aggressively pursued that in all areas of the business.
You know, as an engineer in the digital space, what does it look like, a showdown between, did I get this right, a drop forge?
A roll forge.
Roll forge, sorry. So a roll forge approach versus a grind approach. How does that play out? Is that the 70s? Is that the 60s?
60s, 70s. We were a smaller company. We had a larger competitor.
Yep.
Who we ended up acquiring down the track. But
See, it is like Silicon Valley. It's basically the same. But how long did it take for that technology? That's actual plant and equipment.
it's incremental in the case of manufacturing because you can't just do it all at once. I think the key message there is those that invest prosper. And I think our competitor in that particular case sat on old technology and milked it for far too long and fell behind.
Yeah.
And that's always been a lesson that we've observed, and in our industry we see it time and time again because there has been global consolidation.
Yes.
And largely those companies that were acquired or closed did so because of a lack of aggression in ongoing investment and new technology.
That point right there, you'd think that we were inventing the wheel again in Silicon Valley sometimes. We were in the middle of this truly monumental advancement in technology from our perspective with generative AI. But one of the analogies we're constantly talking about, I always smile a bit when we do because it really happened here at Sutton. We talk about the fact that when electricity came along in the Industrial Revolution, it took about 60 years, depending on who you quote, for it to really propagate. And so this is not hypothetical. You as a family and as a company actually navigated that. You seem to have an intimate understanding of how you engage with technological change.
You can run, but you can't hide. And I think that's the bottom line. In order to stay competitive, we have to be able to match the world's best products in the market. And by and large, that is the case. It's always a challenge in a small market like Australia and New Zealand to sustain volumes with a shrinking manufacturing base. And I think the challenge becomes, in some ways, multifaceted. It's not just about producing the product, it's being able to sell the product and have sustainable markets. And that requires a broader approach to technology than just the manufacturing per se. This is when you get into the use of digital platforms because customers are demanding not just the tool, but the information and the ecosystem around it. They want real-time inventory, they want the CAD drawings that go with it for resurfacing the tool. You need to have highly technical people capable of servicing those customers wherever you're selling the product. You've always got the core competition. Is your product as good as the next guy's? And you can't run from that. But the nature of the competition is widening to that services and
experiential.
And information.